Hey, good morning. So, on my way to therapy, and it's a Friday, a little behind schedule, and I guess that's all right. Don't like being late, but that's kind of ingrained in my nature because as a child, unfortunately, that was something that happened to me and my brother because of our parents. We were perpetually late. It was embarrassing and frustrating, so I kind of rebelled against that. It was like, I'm always going to be on time. I'm always going to be on time. But this morning, it was like, everything just, one of the cats got sick. Forgot my keys upstairs. The cat went outside the litter box because the trays weren't delivered correctly last time to replace the litter box. All these little things spiraling to conspire, it would seem, to make me late. But anyway, so it seems that my multiple weekly videos like this may become fewer or come to a close, at least the car sessions, because I've been doing them on my way to therapy. And my therapy sessions prayerfully may be coming to a close. And that's my hope, because it's not helping. And now I have even less reason to go to therapy because the young lady, I call her young because I'm 43 and I think she was 28. I think she was 28, she had told me. She was laid off. That's the polite term. The impolite term was that she was fired. Her company decided they no longer needed her services. They gave her a pink slip. They let her go. Now, I'm in the pool doing my thing, my routine, my exercise, my stretches. And there's a gentleman that's helping me. Very nice guy, Mr. Muhammad. And he's telling me, so I'm asking about it because I've been working with her since November. We've developed a repertoire, and it's like the Ben and Nichole show. Yeah, hey, Linnea, how you doing? And she's really personable, really, really helpful. She talks to me about what's going on. I'm like, oh, so where's Linnea? Is she playing hooky? What's happening? Is she okay? And I'm generally concerned for her because she doesn't miss work unless something's happened. So he's like, did you hear? I hear what? He said, Linnea left. I said, no. Left what? Left early for her vacation? He said, no, left the company. She just left. I said, no, that's not right. She was about to go on vacation. She told me, like 2 days, she'd be on vacation. She wouldn't do that. She'd miss her money. They're not going to pay her if she just quits. I guess they could because she'd be owed, right? But all she had to do was take her vacation, then she'd leave afterwards. That makes sense. I might do that. Especially if she didn't like her job, but she liked her job. So we started talking about it, and he described that the job can be kind of tedious, but she seemed to really enjoy her job, helping people, talking to people. Some of the people I watched her have to deal with, some could be tedious. I know I talked a lot because I didn't have a lot of people to talk to. So she was actually more of not just a physical therapist, but sometimes she can be like, a therapist. It was quite interesting. She was really a pleasant young woman, and I'm better for not having known her. we're talking, go to different subjects, talk about different things. And I said, well, you know what? I sent her stuff on Facebook, and we connected on there. I'll message her and see what actually happened, and, you know, pray for her. I hope she's okay. Maybe she did. Maybe she just decided it was time to move on. People do that. People say, you know what, I want to move on, because I know she moved to D.C., but I thought that was the reason she moved to D.C. is because it was kind of closer. And you know, after I finish in the pool with my aqua therapy, you know, I go to the shower, and when I get in the pool, I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, which is basically like airplane mode, so that way it doesn't ring, doesn't disturb anybody. And afterwards, right before I get in the shower, I always check it to make sure there's no emergencies, nothing nobody need to call. And I see there's a messenger notification from Linnea. So I check it, and she's like, "Hey Ben, don't know if they told you, but active physical therapy laid me off." Yeah, I'm gonna put them on blast. I don't care what they're gonna do. Tell me to stop coming. Yeah, they laid her off. Them punks did her dirty. And then they told the other workers that she left. Now see, I don't know. I'm assuming from the way Muhammad said it that they told them that she left, because they also, right before she left, a few weeks, maybe a month, they hired another young lady. She's a great young lady. She was very friendly. She when Linnea had a day off, she wasn't feeling well. I can't remember her name, but she came in. She you know, she had to sit with me to make sure I did my thing and record my thing. She's very pleasant, but she's younger. She hasn't been with the company as long, so she has less pay, less seniority, blah blah blah. She's going to be cheaper for the company. Those who are with the company longer have higher expectations of a company, get paid more, have more vacation time, have more vested from the company. You know, so what most companies will do, if they realize this, they'll say, well, we need to cut some older weight. And what I believe they did was say, well, who's been around for a while that we can afford to get rid of and replace? And they'll look for somebody to bring in that doesn't require a lot of hours. Hire somebody part-time. They hire this young girl out of school, or just out of someplace else, which is the young lady I'm talking about. Hire her, get her trained up. She's fully trained now. Once she's ready, they give Linnea the axe. And since Linnea was about to go on vacation anyway, what better time? That was just, I just knew that wasn't her. I mean, because not like I had only sat with her a few times. Since November. Now we talked about religion, about politics, about our families. You know, and if I didn't have to go to this place because of workers' compensation and to get my 2/3 of a salary paycheck to take care of my wife and my son and to help take care of my household, I wouldn't go. Because that is dirty and that is foul. And I don't care if you're running a business or not, you keep good people and you take care of good people. And she is good people. And I have and I will pray for her. And I know she's going to land on her feet because she is good. She's a good worker. She is intelligent. She's funny. You know. And see, it's funny because my mother-in-law, Dolores, she works for Howard University Hospital. And they wanted to do the same type of thing to her. Because, of course, nurses are a hot commodity. Because, the same way therapists require extensive training, so do nurses. Now, a registered nurse nowadays requires a bachelor's. Back then, it only required an AA. Therapists now require only an AA, and then certain other things. But Ma is a registered nurse, and she has other certifications. She's been doing it for over 30 years. She could have, if she wanted to, become a supervisor, but she had been in the union. Union is what protected her. Otherwise, they would let her go. Because she had been around for so long, the union had protected her and made sure that she got raises and got vacations that had accrued. That's why America needs unions, to protect you. Yes, they do take money, because that's how they have people who sit on unions. I don't know. I think unions could be volunteered, but it's hard to get people who sit around on unions and do things on a volunteer basis, because that's time and energy. So I don't know. It's weird. But anyway, that union saved Ma's job for I don't know how many years. And then at the end, when they're like, you know what, this is costing us so much money every year, let's offer her an out. And they did. Said, listen, if you leave, we will pay you basically another 2 years, because she could work for another 5, or she could work for another 3.5, I think. And then they said, well, we'll pay you for a 1.5 years instead of you working for 3.5, because she would have got more raises and she would have accrued more money into her pension. So take a 1.5 years pay with full benefits. We'll pay your insurance, all this, because of how much money it would save them. Do this. Do it now. Quit now. And so she did, because, nursing is hard. I remember her coming home worn and tired, and it's just so hard on her, because and they make it hard. They cut back on the amount of nurses. They call it the census. How many patients per nurse? How many patients on the floor per nurse? And the strictness of the hours that she has to punch in almost exactly to the second, and that her supervisor would be required to reprimand her if she's off by the moment. And that's why she didn't become a supervisor. The pay would have been better, but to treat other nurses who are working hard to take care of patients, she said, no, I'm not going to do that. She had the knowledge and the ability. I mean, she could do a lot of things and knew a lot of things. But one of the reasons she stuck with nursing is because she cared about people and patients. And she would be in a room, and as a Christian, and as someone who's called to share the gospel, as an evangelist, and someone, she would ask if she could, and they would say yes, and she would begin to speak of Jesus. And if the person in charge heard that, she would get in trouble. So again, she just was tired of it. And just a couple times she would tell us she wanted to just throw her keys at her supervisor. And there were certain rules they had in place that made sense. For example, about protecting controlled substances and because you have to. But the other ones would try to push nurses who cared out, and try to push those who made too much out. She earned that money. She was dedicated, she was intelligent, she was hardworking, just like Linnea. But Linnea's younger. And she has no union. She had no contract. She had no guarantees. She's what you call an at-will worker. And that's the way that they get you. You have an at-will worker, you have an at-will boss. An at-will worker can quit any time. An at-will boss can fire you at any time. Now, technically, she could take him to court, say I did nothing wrong. The business still has enough money to support me. Why are you letting me go? What is the purpose of this? You brought this person in to replace me, simply to replace me. This is not fair. This is unequal treatment. She may or may not, but then there's the court costs, blah, blah, blah. What is the point? Why work somewhere where where you're not wanted? That's a hassle. I wouldn't do that. I would just take my lumps and move on. Realize you're not wanted. Realize you're not appreciated. And find someplace else where you will be. You know. Enjoy a little time off. Spend it with your loved ones. Spend it with God. And just relax. Life is too aggravating as it is to allow things like that to throw you out of whack and throw you off kilter. But yeah, I thought I had another topic to share this morning, but somehow we got on that. If you're one of the few who watch my vids and you have any thoughts or something like this has happened to you or a loved one, I'd love to hear your story. And if you make videos, then share it in video form. It doesn't have to be typed, because I know typing can be a hassle. You know, so I'm almost here at therapy now. This has been almost 19 minutes of video. Like I said, my video days are coming to a close soon. I think I got on about a week or two of these morning videos. And I want to appreciate those of you who do listen to these. I know I can drone on and be quite boring. But I think it is therapeutic for me to talk. But again, if you have a choice and you can steer people away, tell them to never, ever use active physical therapy. They're bums. And the people that work there should find other jobs. That's this man's opinion. I hope you guys have a great day. Have a great weekend. Jesus bless you. Bye-bye.